I am joined now by the Chief of the Saskatoon Police Service, Ken McBride. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. A couple of things on the docket for today. Last week, the provincial government contributed a bunch of money to the fight against human trafficking in our province. Now, this is something we see in the movies happening in third world countries a lot of times, but this is something that does go on here. How rare is this, or not rare is this? What is the frequency of human trafficking in Saskatchewan?
I would say compared to other centers, maybe the volume isn't as high, but I can say that it is happening likely today. It is happening all over Saskatoon and the province of Saskatchewan. And so it's something that we're definitely committed to working on in terms of enforcement and even more importantly, supporting the victims of human trafficking, often very vulnerable, afraid, alone, not knowing where to turn, who to trust. And so having a solid network of both investigators and support people, so critical.
Will this be people focusing on this crime, or is there a network that is being monitored, or where do these crimes begin, I guess?
They begin in many ways, usually, not always, but usually with vulnerable young women who find themselves in a position where they're able to be coerced or manipulated or victimized, and often without their knowledge as things are progressing down that road. And so it creates an environment and a circumstance where it's often very difficult to investigate, and victims are very reluctant to report. And so having the provincial funding that we have enables us to have 2 staff people directly and specifically employed to do support work, making sure they're connected to justice and the supports that are available to them.
All right, good. Sounds like something that does need some attention and is worth it. So that's nice to see. We'll see how that develops. City Council passed a, I don't know the name of it, but is it the Transit Security Bylaw or something along those lines? And this is something that does fall on the purview of Saskatoon Police.
Yeah, the last budget negotiations resulted in the Saskatoon Police Service being tasked with transit safety. It's a really, really promising program as I see it develop within our service, some very dedicated work being done to it. And really, anytime you have an opportunity like this, having a legislated foundation from which to, develop your authority to act is so critical. And the city's put a lot of work and effort into it. And I think it's a great start to what could be a very good program.
Okay, something that I think nobody would argue is not needed, so that's good. We'll be looking forward to that taking place. Now, also, a Saskatoon synagogue was vandalized on the weekend. Now, is this type of thing something that the police service has had to deal with frequently?
I wouldn't say frequently, but too often at the same time.
Right.
And we work closely with the Jewish community. We have great relationship with some of the leaders within that community. And anytime something happens that could have a hint of hate involvement, we're really proactive in that way. As soon as it's reported to us, we are making those connections and actively investigating. We would love to hold people accountable in every circumstance because we just can't have it. We can have zero tolerance for this kind of stuff in Saskatoon and beyond.
All right. In that case, is moving forward, of course, you can follow along on our website for the latest on those developments. From Saskatoon Police, Chief Ken McBride, thank you for a few minutes.
You bet.